Claressa Shields spent all week lashing out and spitting in the wind because Papoose showed her yet again that she was not his priority.
All over the place, all weekend long, out here saying things she shouldn't say to people, and further putting herself in the pit of unprofessionalism, in the pit of insecurity, in the pit of falling, and all sorts of things that are just not right. And it's because each time we know that this man is away because this is Father's Day weekend, and here she is again causing all kind of havoc for herself, because frankly people are doing their jobs and they are doing what they're called to do because she puts the stuff out here, and that's what they're doing. And it's as simple as that. And frankly, you ain't got no man when he goes away and continues to avoid a situation. You ain't got no man when this person continues to show you are not the priority.
You ain't got no man when he's married. You ain't got no man when he refuses to divorce his wife regardless of what he tells you. You ain't got no man when you have to beg him for flowers and gifts and reassurances. You ain't got no man when his wife has to put him on blast but still allegedly refusing to pick up his clothes from her house. You ain't got no man when he tells you to keep my wife's name out your mouth and allegedly put you on paperwork to make sure. She ain't got no man, and that's the thing that keeps blowing up in her face time and time again. Regardless of whether she tries to spin it some other type of way, it shows, every single action shows that this is a fake romance. And she is the one who's trying to put 20 on 10 to make it seem like it's an epic, tale when it's not. And it seems like this whole time, like, Remy was on a high, as she always is, but she was on a continual high the past couple of weeks.
Yes,
she's had the song that went number one with French Montana and Max B.
Yes,
she's been doing all this stuff in relation to the Knicks winning. She's been hosting the morning shows in New York. She was on the parade for the Knicks winning. She was doing all that. Plus, she had her movie that came out this weekend.
Yay, Remy! Wonderful.
Yeah, that was a great movie. The twist was crazy.
That was a great movie.
But she has been on top, so much so that, again, Claressa, right in front of all of our faces, pulled one of her copying moves again and got the orange hair that Remy was rapping about.
Yes.
And it's crazy because Remy has been on this high. It sent both Claressa and Papoose into this spiral because, again, they cannot compete with her. There is no competition because they can't compare with her on any level.
On any level.
And the thing is, and we've all seen that Papoose seems to be with Claressa for certain reasons. We see him with her smiling, cheesing, doing the whole little kissy face thing whenever it's publicity involved.
That's right.
Whenever it's a Tamron Hall show or a Breakfast Club interview or some sort of big event, then we see him right by her side. Whenever it's time for anything else, he's halfway across the country away from her. Oh yeah, when she's paying for a trip to Aruba or someplace else, yeah, of course there he is. But when it's time for that date night, then it's him and all his boys around. And it's like she keeps trying to act like she's the number one, but it's not.
Exactly. And it's very interesting because what is the case now is that the word on the street allegedly is that doors are being closed to her, and she's lashing out at the wrong people. She wants to lash out at that man, Papoose. She wants to really vent about the way he has been treating her and will continue to treat her because she is not the prize. It's as simple as that. Everyone knows that Remy is New York royalty, and he cannot compete with that. He would like to have been able to go to that game.
Mm-hmm.
She could not provide that for
Exactly.
him.
She could not.
There is an expectation that he wanted from this girl. She was not able to fulfill that. And the word on the street is that the New Yorkers allegedly don't want to have anything to do with Claressa because she is constantly trying to throw subs at the queen, who is Remy.
Mm-hmm.
They have said that Remy is New York royalty. Period. You see how she came through for those Knicks like that? Mm-hmm. You see how they had her all over the place?
Yep. And it's like you said, Papoose seems to have certain expectations when it comes to Claressa. And it definitely seemed like, that game was something that, he would have been at if he could. The way he was on his Instagram almost day and night putting everything up there. And then he did that whole thing about that little rap he had about backdooring people, saying your girl will backdoor you and all that stuff. It's like he had expectations that Claressa could not meet, could not fulfill. And this is part again of, okay, you couldn't do that, so he's out of there. He didn't post about her. He didn't comment on any of the multitude of posts that she put up during the week. And she's proven herself to be a liability to him. Because y'all all know about this $8 million deal that they've been hyping up. And she was saying, and she gonna make more than that in it. But it's contingent upon the matches that she can get. And so she hasn't gotten the full 8 million. She only got like 3 million or so. And the rest of it is contingent upon matches. She was supposed to announce a match last week. And the day came and went and there was no match. And you know why it happened? Because of that whole Alicia Baumgartner thing. She was supposed to not, you save all that stuff for the ring.
Right.
You don't do that out in public. That shows a level of unprofessionalism and a liability that these people are like, wait, we don't know what's going to happen. That she could end up messing up their insurance, messing up the whole thing.
That's right.
And so she's proven a liability and she's fumbling their bag because if those matches don't get made, guess who else won't be getting paid besides Claressa? Papoose will not be getting paid. So she messed that up. And then she comes out this week because she's frustrated because he's not around. He's not upstairs. He's not, catering to her, making her the priority. Is basically with him, she knows that it's out of sight, out of mind for her. If she is not directly in his face, he's not even thinking about her. And you see that. No post, no shout outs to her, no nothing. It was all the Knicks, all, everything else, anything else but her. And so she is seeing that she's not a priority to him. This is not a real romance. She did not meet his expectations. She's fumbling the bag that they have. And so she goes out and she starts messing it up even more with all the ranting she was doing. Talking about she's a known. Y'all know what she said she was. And it's like, what are you talking? You don't say stuff like that. Why are you boasting about doing that in the street,
exactly,
doing stuff like that when your profession is in the ring, doing something like that? So she is going out of her way trying to get attention. Again, now it's like that little kid who doesn't get the attention they want. So what do? They act out. They try to get the attention by doing the worst and making somebody say something to them. And that's what she's been doing for this past week and over the weekend because he ghosted her. She did not meet the expectations he had for the Knicks game. She's messing up their bag on these matches so they can get the rest of that $8 million. And it's not what he signed up for. He wasn't thinking that he was going to be getting all of this drama. He thought he was going to get somebody that he could, mold. But again, it's something else he said himself. He got to let her take her chances.
And it's as simple as that, because for her to continue to lash out at the people who are doing their jobs, bringing her to the forefront, really. And if it wasn't for the people talking about her, they wouldn't know about her.
Nope.
They are bringing her to the forefront. They are doing their jobs. And she ain't got no man when anytime he's on an interview and he can say something like, oh no, never a ring, never a ring. Anytime he can say something like, oh no, not living together.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
She ain't got no man. And she ain't got no man when she's the only one that's got a tattoo of him on her. And he has a tattoo of his wife on him. She ain't got no man when every time she's out of his face, out of his sight, then she is out of his mind. It's like one of those bars in a song. I don't remember the song, but T.I. said he'll feel her space and forget her face. He swear he will.
He said it. T.I. said that.
And that's what that is. When she has to come up with all this vulgarity to what he's doing down there, and he's doing this, he not with her, he doing this right now to her, that it doesn't mean a thing. Because they don't care about that. If a woman is willing to give that over to them, sure, they'll take it. But that means nothing to them in the long run. He turn around and forget her face, her name, whatever.
It means absolutely nothing. And Remy was right. Remy is right. She tried to warn her, but all she had for Remy Ma was nothing but just
vitriol and foulness, and coming out and trying to tell Remy Ma about a man that Remy had known for over 10 years and Claressa had known for just the few years when she was trying to be all up in Remy Ma's life and her space.
That's it. And it is just a shame that instead of her trying to look at people trying to help her and put it out there so she can open her eyes and see, she wants to lash out at the wrong people, the people that are making her famous and keeping her name out there. Because just as was said, she ain't got no man when this man treats her the way he does. That's it. That's all.
All right, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and hype up the video for more. Thanks for watching.